Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. I'm just curious to what do y'all have to tell me now? What do y'all have to say for us now, huh? What can you possibly say at this point? What excuse? What bullshit narrative? What we gotta talk about now, huh? What we gotta talk about? Cause I mean, I've been like, well, we've all been hearing it. 10 points ain't gonna beat the Lions. And Packers fans were saying that. It's no surprise, you know. Cowboys fans said it, Giants fans, and you know, and the rest of the haters, you know how it is. You know how it is. But they kept saying 10 points ain't gonna beat the Lions. Did y'all you see what the Lions did to Washington? They put up over 40 such. You're gonna have to put up 50 to win this game. Yeah? Alright. So we already know what happens. We already know what happens. And not only did 10 points beat the Lions, it's the Lions was on like let me just get this straight, all right? Let me no hold on, my bad. You know, how rude of me. You know, I gotta, you know, allow me to reintroduce myself. You know, I gotta do that, you feel me? You know, let me start this over right quick, all right? What's going on, YouTube? You already know who it is, but for those that don't know, allow me to reintroduce myself. I go by the name of Desert Eagle, and I represent the one, the only, the reigning, defending, undisputed Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles! Yeah! All right then. Now that's out the way. Oh, by the way, run your boy up some likes and also follow him on TikTok at real.de90. The link's going to be in the description. But yeah, let's talk to the Lions right quick, all right? Let's talk to the Lions fans that were talking that shit. Let's talk to the organization. Let's talk to Cam. Let's talk to all of them, all right? So let me get this straight, all right? Let me get this straight. Ever since the offseason, sometime after the Super Bowl, one of their wide receivers, what was his name? Amon St. Brown. Was it him or was it Jameson Williams? Jameson Williams, whatever his name is. It was one of them. They were on a podcast talking about how that was it was Amon St. Brown. All right, shout out to you. As a matter of fact, good morning to everyone, but right now I'm currently driving, so I can't get too much into the comments. But let me get to it, all right? Amon St. Brown was talking about the Eagles and the Chiefs being the worst Super Bowl ever aired. He was talking about how the Lions could have easily won the Super Bowl. He was saying shit like that, right? Into the offseason, they were throwing jabs left and right. During the season, they were focusing on the Eagles. And of course, on their way to Philly, they were talking. Dan Campbell was feeling himself a little too much. And you mean to tell me a game that's supposed to be personal, a game that's supposed to be your Super Bowl, or so like Alvin Kamara did back in 2018, like Deebo Samuels and Brandon Ayuk did in 2023. You would have thought the Lions would have came in, I don't know, played 10 times better, would have laid a belt to ass to the Eagles with the shit they've been talking. But you mean to tell me, after all that shit that y'all been talking, the best thing y'all could do is put up 9 points. 9 points? After all that shit y'all was talking, 9 points was the best y'all could do? Where the fuck they do that at? 9 points? And I'm gonna be real with you. If there was a game I could see the Eagles losing, it would have been the Lions. Because, well, for a few reasons. Not necessarily because the Lions were the better team. Well, for one, this game was personal to them. It seems to me, games that's personal, sometimes, you know, the Eagles don't take it serious. It never ends in our favor, obviously, but it never ends well in our favor. That, and plus, it felt like the team was too damn distracted with off-the-field bullshit. With bullshit-ass narratives, clickbait, you know, by that lady that had the whole world dancing on their tiptoes. That had all the haters, that had even Eagles fans dancing. All I'm going to say is, man, shout out to my team for not letting that affect them. And besides, the real fans knows what's up. The real fans know how the Eagles carry themselves. If there's any problems, they talk it out in the locker room. Now, A.J. Brown isn't necessarily making a good example of a leader, you know, going on social media at times, even though he's not wrong. But I'm always going, I got nothing but love and respect for A.J. Brown, but please, let us fight your battles for you. You do your thing out there. Stop biting the bait. You feel me? Don't leak shit on the op stream. You know, he was on Janky Rondo's stream. I know, you know, I watch that guy stream at times. You feel me? I mean, although I'm not really a big fan of, you know, how he, you know, well, Beans though, I feel like a lot of people that do reactions like that is kind of forced. You feel me? I mean, how do you call yourself a diehard fan of a team and they act like they never seen it? I mean, but hey, I respect bro's hustle though. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Maybe he's from a whole nother city where they don't air Washington, and same goes for other fans that be forcing their live streams and everything. I don't, like, when I make my live streams are live. You feel me? I don't force shit. I don't do none of that. But I guess that gets you the views if you do that. But hey, it is what it is. But ain't no hate to the guy. Keep doing you. Keep hustling. Keep getting your numbers. And yeah. And you know what? Bro even got our radio station, the Philly media, dancing, giving this guy even more clout. And this is why the Philadelphia media is pathetic. It's embarrassing. It's disgraceful. And if I ever wanted to watch, if I ever wanted the news about the Eagles and listen to opinions or whatever, I go to Lil Brunson. I go to Joe Shakes. I go to Where You Hiding. I go to Cool Cat Connor. I go to Mitch Kowski. I go to Philly Fresh. I go to Gate City, Philly Mike, Philly 500, of course. There's multiple Eagles fans I would gladly tune into. If I ain't say Joe Castro, my bad. But yeah, Birdman. I would go to multiple Eagles content creators. The Philly media, on the other hand, they are toxic. They do everything in their power to divide us as a fan and definitely as a team. Who does that? Who does that? Where do they do that at? Like, bruh. And if I didn't name other content creators, you know, my apologies. I don't have everybody on my mind at this moment. You know, my apologies. Y'all know I fucks with y'all. But yeah. Like, I thought we was better than this to the Philly media. I mean, listen, man, shout out to the legend Hugh Douglas. But bruh, for a legend, for an OG, one would have thought you would reach out to A.J. Brown to at least try to put him on the right path. give him advice on how to put up with the Philly media. But instead, you're becoming part of the problem. You are becoming part of the problem, Hugh Douglas. I know you're better than this. You are one to keep it real. You are way better than this. Way better than this. And as much as I appreciate the time Hugh Douglas put, with the Eagles, but bro, like, you really going out as one of them. I know you're better than this. AJ Brown does need to stay away from the Philly media. He does, and I agree with that. He needs to stay away from the Philly media, stay away from social media. If all they're gonna do is bitch and moan, I don't know. But anyway, man, the Lions, listen, shout out to the DVE, man. Shout out to Craig Jockman. Shout out to Man Beast. Shout out to Dirgo Moby. Shout out to my guy Dante Chase. Shout out to Mondo Ray Moore, JMO, C-Rad TV. There's a lot of Lions fans I fucks with. There's a lot of them. If a fan base deserves another Super Bowl, their first Super Bowl, I would say Lions fans, no doubt, because they always hold it down for their team. They know their team's inside and out. I respect their passion, their commitment, their loyalty. I respect it all. When I'm making this video, this ain't towards them. But there were Lions fans out there that was talking a lot of shit. There were a lot of Lions fans that was talking a lot of shit. Their players was talking shit. The media was glazing a little too much. And man, it's sad. It truly is sad. They were spending the whole offseason. The Lions fans, the players, they were so fixated on the Eagles. You feel me? Hell, when they were winning games last year, when they were dominating the NFC, dominating their division, the fans were trolling us. But now look, when it's time for two competitive teams to collide, the Eagles and the Lions, now look how sick y'all look how sick y'all now. Look how sick y'all are now. Like, come on now. For those that's watching it, do your boy a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, it'd be greatly appreciated, all right? Hit that like button. Also, follow my TikTok. The link's going to be in the description. It's real.de90. The Lions did stop them tush push, though. What up, Craig Jockman? Shout out to you, my guy. But yeah, man, they did stop the tush push. How many times? Was it 2 or 3 times or so? No, the only tush push that was successful was the touchdown. Other than that, hey, I would say it's the good or the bad. Honestly, it's the good or the bad when the Lions stop the tush push. Well, for one, it proves that it is possible to stop the tush push. It is possible. But because teams want it banned, 9 times out of 10, it's because their defense isn't good enough. 9 times out of 10, their defense isn't good enough. But hey, shout out to the Lions though. They made it. They showed the NFL that it is possible to stop the tush push. Let me get defense though. This defense is elite. This defense is a Super Bowl caliber. No doubt about it. You saying Tank needs more carries? Sure, but nah, this is Saquon's team, bro. This is Saquon's team. We're not going to bench Saquon, especially, we're not going to give him less carries, especially You know, when Saquon was a huge part of our success. I mean, it's not just Saquon that's struggling. There's a lot of elite running backs that is struggling this season. Derrick Henry isn't even close to how he was last year. I hear you, though. I hear you. But you know what? Even if we gave the Tank Bigsby more reps, it's not guaranteed he's going to be as consistent as a starter. I don't know. But yeah, man, our defense is elite. Some would say greatest defense of all time. All time! All time! Listen, man. 0 for 5 in fourth down conversions. 0 for 5. I don't know what the NFL history would say about that. But man, that's the first I've seen it in Lord knows how long. It's one thing if it was like, I don't know if it should count. I mean, but then again, football is football, regardless of the weather. But yeah, I don't know what was Dan Campbell thinking, going for it on fourth down. One, it was self, or it was arrogant. It was disrespectful. He really thought our defense was sweet. And man, all I'm going to say is it came down to bitching. The game would have been even closer if he kicked a few field goals. The game would have been a lot closer. I mean, 16-9 is close. But it would have been more problematic for us if they went for the field goal at times. But hey, that sounds like a personal problem. That sounds like a Lions problem and less of an Eagles problem. Because the Eagles had their fair share of mistakes as well. And when teams take advantage of it, they don't go by those what ifs. So hey, it is what it is. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. So yeah, can't be doing shit like that when you're making a run in the playoffs. I mean, Dan Campbell, he's going out looking like he's basically the young Andy Reid. He's like I'm not going to say the young Andy Reid. That's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, at least Andy Reid has been to like multiple, NFC championships. But I don't know. What? Jason Garrett, Mike McCarthy, in a way? Just dominating the regular season, but very non-existent in the playoffs. But yeah, man. But this defense is phenomenal. This defense is elite. It's just, I can't even explain. You feel me? Like, we don't even have anywhere near as many QB sacks as 2022. But you know what, man? As long as they're making a lot of key stops, I don't even care. But they say defense wins championships. They definitely win big games like this, especially against competitive teams. They did it to the Packers. They did it to the Lions. They pretty much done it majority of the game. Like shit. I'm just gonna say, this defense though is phenomenal. Jalen Phillips. I'm just curious to them Cowboy fans because they were downplaying this trade so bad. Talking about Jalen Phillips as a reach. He's trash. He's this. He's that. He's injury prone. And look how like he's made such a huge difference on our defensive line. I'm just curious. Like you still feel that way? The boy that y'all traded for, he better be good. Quentin Williams, he better be good. But anyway, man, this defense is unstoppable, man. No doubt about it. Offense, on the other hand, this has to be one of the most pathetic performance I've ever seen throughout the season by the offense. And it's really, good grief. I'm not blaming Jalen Hurts, even though, yeah, the execution is on him and everything. You know, Smitty and A.J. Brown and them. But when are we going to stop being like, when are we going to stop hiring people based off of, like, personal matters? Kevin Patullo is apparently Nick Sirianni's best friend or whatever. I don't know. They knew each other personally. This man has obviously zero experience on play calling, and I'm telling you right now, he's going to be the death of this team if we, knock on wood, if we lose the playoffs or even the Super Bowl. He is going to be the death of this team. He's going to be the death of our season. My bad. He's going to be the death of our season. This guy makes the worst play calls. I mean, some were pretty good, but it's like, bro, like, he needs to get it together, man. Pull him into the office. Like, for real. Better get yourself one of those offensive advisors or whatever, kind of like how they did Vic Fangio and back in 22. They better do something, because this offense isn't it. This offense is not it at all, bro. They better get themselves what do you call it? Some sort of assistance or something, man. Something. The play calling, the game plan, everything is atrocious. The fact that Coop had a interception, what was it, in the first drive? Right in perfectly scored range, and they couldn't even score. The amount of fourth down stops, couldn't even score a single touchdown. It's like, bruh. I mean, we did score in that interception. I think it was the, what was it? Oh, it was a field goal. That's what it settled down to. They need to get it together, man. It's like, as much as I would love to see Kevin Patullo get fired, because obviously he's not it. He's wasting time. He's wasting talent. All this talent on the team, and if you can't control it, if you can't run the plays or whatever, the right kind of plays, you don't need to be here. You really don't. You really don't need to be here. Got to get rid of him, man. But I don't expect it to happen anytime soon. I really don't. It's going to take time, but I do not expect it to happen anytime soon. It's very unfortunate. He's our OC. We're going to have to deal with it to the very end. Although it's going to suck, but man, I've always had this bad feeling. I always had this bad feeling about this Kevin Patullo guy. There were a lot of Eagles fans that were very excited for him. They were very excited. Just like the Brian Johnson days. Just like Jonathan Gannon a couple years ago. And now it's turning out that they're not it. They were a terrible hire. So I'm going to say, in the offseason, tell him to pack his bags. Pack his bags, step down, or fire him. Do what you got to do. Because this guy is not it. One would have thought that he would have had it together by now. I mean, Kellen Moore did back in last year by week 4. But it's still week 11, week 11 or week 12? And the offense is still looking atrocious. When are we gonna get it together, man? Like, for real. When will we get it together? Because if we don't, I mean, a lot of people did say, oh, 10 points ain't gonna beat the Lions. You can't play like that against the Lions. You can't be playing horrible and all like that. Even though I agree with them, even though the Eagles got the win, but I still don't want to get too comfortable with it regardless. I still don't want to get too comfortable. I mean, our defense is perfect. It's top notch. It's everything. Love it. And to be honest, the defense is carrying this team. But if the offense can at least play slightly better, take advantage off of scoring in each turnovers, they could do that, then maybe we're not that bad. But so far, it just doesn't look like it's it. It's absolutely not it. But you know what? In the end, a win is a win. I guess we can mark ourselves safe from the clowns like Cam Newton, the clowns like Chase Daniels, the clowns like that lady that tried to divide this fan base with this bullshit ass narrative that she made. Like, I just feel like the one and only way we can stop these ridiculous clickbaiting articles from ever happening is to stop following her. Stop following them. Stop giving them attention. Because in the end, they need followers to go viral. But if everyone stopped following them, stop clicking their links, they can get canceled. They can write hundreds that they want, but ain't nobody going to tune into it. That's literally the best way to cancel them. She's nothing but a bullshit ass fucking journalist. That's what she is. That's plenty of them. She's the same one that kept swearing up and down that AJ Brown wanted to get traded. And it turns out her source was based upon an IG post that was obviously misconstrued. Or let's say misunderstood, if that's a better way to put it. Just, what do we, like, she's probably, and being as though everyone kept clicking on her link and everything, getting her more views, she probably got more than enough money to get Christmas presents for her kids. Ridiculous. That guy that's always hating on Hurts, yeah. I don't hate the guy, but man, his consistency on hating on Hurts is insane, bro. But I see Philly 500 be on there. I see they're cool and everything. But yeah, it just he's more addicted on our quarterback than he is with Baker Mayfield, and it's insane. It's insane. Jared Goff, Caleb Williams, so many quarterbacks are exactly what he hated about Jalen Hurts, and yet all he does is focus on Jalen Hurts. It's getting crazy, but all I'm gonna say is, man, stop hating on my quarterback, man. Anyway, I ain't got much else to say, man. Defense is a Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl elite level, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. But offense, if they don't get their shit together, man, assuming the worst, if offense don't get it together, that spells a lot of trouble. That spells a whole lot of trouble in the playoffs. And God forbid, but you know, if the Eagles come up short in the playoffs, God forbid, but if it does happen, it's definitely going to be our offense. They better fire his ass. Don't even have his ass on a plane. Like, for real. Anyway, what else can I say, man? Oh, I don't want to hear shit about the penalties. I don't want to hear shit about that. They're trying to say, oh, the refs helping the Eagles get. I don't want to hear none of that shit. None of it. Nothing. Nada. None. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Yeah, I know what y'all going to talk about. AJ Brown. What, you know, that with the pass interference. Dude was apparently holding AJ Brown, called it that pass interference on him and everything, but they were saying the call should have been on AJ Brown, being as though he did kind of push him. Okay, but perhaps he was trying to get his hands. He was trying to get dude's hands off of him, being as though that he was holding AJ Brown. There were multiple penalties that could have been the case, whether if it's defensive hold or illegal contact or whatever. I think it was the right call. Now, what are they going to say? It was the timing of it? They're going to say it was the timing of it? Is that what they're going to say? It was the timing? I think I'm supposed to go in here. So I got to make this turn. They're probably going to say it was the timing. It should have been, the Lions should have gotten a drive and everything. When are we going to come to a point where the Lions have lost that chance anyway, being as though they were 0 for 5 in fourth down conversions? Jared Goff at times looked like a deer in headlights. This game isn't necessarily as, it was a, what was it? Well, the Lions were a touchdown away, but at the same time though, the Lions made so many costly mistakes where this just ain't one of those games where the Lions should have been gifted another drive. No. Try not committing penalties. Stop holding my wide receiver. And besides, y'all want to talk about that penalty, but where was this energy when they shoved AJ Brown into that defender and then they called clipping, what was it, clipping or chop block or whatever on AJ Brown, knowing it wasn't even intentional. The Lions defender or the lineman or whatever pushed AJ Brown. That should have been a flag right there, or should have been a flag. It should not have been a flag, period. And then they're gonna call a false start on the tush push thing. That one play. The guys, our lineman's hand was lined up with the ball, which isn't legal. Perhaps it should have been a false start. Maybe it should have been a false, not a false. It should have been an offsides. My bad, I didn't say that. It should have been an offsides. But a false start, that was a terrible call. And besides, the guy jumped way ahead of him. One of the defensive linemen jumped way ahead of him. It was just a shitty call all around. So if you're gonna call out the refs, keep that same energy and talk about they were trash on both ends. There are even real Lions fans that that'll literally tell you that the Eagles look like the better team. So to the rest of you haters, y'all can kiss my ass with y'all opinions. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video right there. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't done so already. Follow my TikTok at real.de90. It'd be greatly appreciated. All right, you guys, until next time, I'll catch y'all on the next one. It's Go Birds, Fly Eagles Fly, 8-2. On to them Cowboys. Fuck them Cowboys. Oh, my bad. I actually meant to say this. Go Birds, dickhead! All right, y'all, one more time. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and follow my TikTok, real.de90. The link is in the description. I repeat, real.de90. All right, y'all, I'm out. Oh, let me say goodbye to y'all because I didn't get a chance to read y'all comments. But all right, JR, Maverick, Eagles fan. I apologize. I wasn't able to read everybody's comments because I was actually driving. So yeah, it's kind of the best time I can make a stream. So Caleb, CJ, shout out to all y'all. Where y'all hiding? Cool Cat, what up, my guy? And I guess that's everybody. All right, y'all have yourself a good one, man. Y'all stay safe. As always, go Birds, dickhead. 8-9. 8-2. I'm tripping. 8-2. All right, I'm out. 8-2.